Performance meets authenticity. The new rules of influence in MENA.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, good afternoon. I am Chezka Gonzales, and I am the founder of Philippine Blockchain Week, and I'll be your moderator for today. And with me today are three amazing influencers in the MENA region, and I'll be sitting here because I want it to be like a talk show kind of thing, and I want it to be a little fun. And I think I will start with asking questions about what they do in being a streamer, being an influencer, and being a content creator. But I want you first to introduce yourselves for a minute and then tell them what's your niche and where is your major audience coming from. Maybe we start with you, Bibi.
I'm Bibi. I'm a content creator in Dubai, Middle East. I've been making people laugh for the past 9 years. Fun content, pop culture, gaming, cosplay, whatever you can think of, I probably made content about it. And yeah, I build a lot on personal branding. So yeah, nice to meet all of you.
Wasim.
Nice to meet you, Bibi, my friend. Yeah, it was a pleasure to meet him, such a nice guy. I'm Wasim, aka Wasimos. I've been doing content for over like 8 or 9 years across YouTube, like a lot of platforms, doing gaming and a lot of stuff. Been enjoying what I'm doing, traveling the world, and I'm really happy to be here with you guys. Yeah.
Thank you, Wasim. And you, Louis?
They can hear you, I think.
Hi guys, my name's Louis Hadzi. I've been streaming for 7 years now, I'd say, on and off. Last 5 years it's been full time. It's been my everyday job, and I cannot express enough how amazing it is to actually have your dream job. Like, it is the most insane thing. I get to put smiles on faces every day. I get to make an impact to an audience that I've created over the last 10 years. But obviously, gaming, streaming, and then now I want to move into more IRL content. So that's why I'd like to obviously do some more content out here in Dubai, travel, and I think that's my main aim.
Love it. They're all the powerhouse and
Yeah.
all handsome guys. But I think I'll start with a different question. It's not about the topic, but what in an emoji form. So how can you define your being an influencer, being a content creator? How can you define it in one emoji? What do you feel today in today's economy, in today's world, in one emoji? Is it happy, sad?
For me, it would be the rolling guy laughing, the one with the crying face, or the devil one. The smiley
Because
devil.
because what's the reason for that?
Just because I'm more, sneaky, funny. I like to take things not too seriously. Just have fun, do what you do. Being authentic really goes for the long run. People are not there to see ads, to see boring stuff. They're just here to see you, something relatable, something they can really sync with. And yeah, just being yourself really goes the long way.
And watching you, they're gonna be happy. So it's like rolling on the floor
Of
laughing.
course.
Got it. And how about you, Wasim?
It's gonna be Red Heart. Yeah, yeah, it's full of love with the community, and which they put you there, you know. Yeah, so you have to give them back that love, because sometimes, like, when you're doing content, especially when you're streaming, and you spend more times with these people more than your family, you know. So like I'm doing this every day, daily. Even though I'm traveling, even though I'm here, like I'm streaming, I take my things, I'm streaming every day. So you see them like 6-7 hours per day sometimes even 10, you know. So you see them more than your real brother or you know. So yeah, you just give them love, give you back love. Like you feel they're your family. You need to tell them what you did all the day, what they did. You ask them, like you talk together, you know. It's not more about like a streamer and just someone who's watching, you know. Yeah.
So for you, it's the heart. It's love. I love it. How about you, Louis?
I think I'm going to have to agree with Bibi on this one. A little bit of the devil, but also a heart as well. I think you've got to be able to do both. You've got to be able to show that mischievous, funny side. As a streamer, you've got to be entertaining. But also you've got to show that softer side, because with streaming, you have so many people that you speak to daily. These people come and tune into you every single day. You even have profiles for thousands of people over the years because you know what they've done, what their job is, where they've been, and just having that, how would you say it? Having that like respect for them as a viewer, they start to build this friendship almost with you. So that's why I'd obviously include the heart emoji.
I actually respect the grind of streamers because it's next level. You know, it's like you literally doing your thing while everybody's just watching you. So you really need to be authentic, or else everybody would know that you're faking it, right? So I love that all of the emojis that you have are all love and authenticity and just laughter and smiles. So for our topic, which meets performance meets authenticity and the new roles of influence in MENA region, I wanted to ask, like, when people hear influencer, I am actually not a fan of the word influencer. I'd rather use the content creator because all of us are influencers, right? But in 2026, what actually defines influence for you? Is it reach, revenue, or real impact? Probably I'll start with Bibi.
So I love your comparison. I don't like the word influencer either, because I feel like an influencer is just someone who claims they're an influencer these days. Real influence really comes from action, and there are so many people who don't have followers, who don't have social media content, but have done so much more impact in this world and to their societies and to their industries, way further than people with millions. I always say, and I heard this before from someone great here, that I'd rather have 1,000 fans than million followers. Because a fan is someone who's really gonna be there for you, support you, convert for you, do things that a normal follower will not do. What's the point of me having 1 million followers, but no one really engaging with my content, no one really taking it through, no one really buying the products that I'm trying to promote, moving or doing initiatives that I support. So it just all goes for nothing. The real influence is when you do something out of your heart, really impact people, change people's perspective, change people's life, and then take it from there. Every initiative, if I am able to change one person's ideal mindset today, and that gay person comes up and goes home and thinks, hey, I want to start gaming, or I want to stream, I want to share my opinion about certain things. And if they change that, and then they change their communities, and it starts further, to me, that's impact. I could yap all day on social media, present so many things, and if that doesn't do any real impact, it's kind of pointless.
And I think as long as you impact at least one life, you're already an influencer.
That's true, yeah.
So thank you, but I think I need to move to Wasim. And from your experience, you know, what kind of content does your followers or your community respond to?
To be honest, like community, they like content when it's real, when you feel you are honest, you know, because yeah, it's very easy like to differentiate. Like you can see when someone is fake, when someone is doing some scripted content, you know. You can feel even the engagement will drop. Even when you are doing, let's say you have an ad, you are doing advertising for any company. Like when it's really coming from your heart, and like people they can react to it. But when it's too scripted, they can feel it. You know. So whenever you are yourself, whenever you are honest with your audience, you know, that's when the engagement go higher and they will respond to more. You know. Yeah. And as he said, nowadays is very easy to be a fake influencer, or I don't know. You can buy 1 million followers, and you know it's very easy. But the difficult thing is what you do with that 1 million or 10 millions or any number. You know, sometimes someone with 1,000 he can do more than you. Yeah. So yeah.
And the brands would know actually if you're faking the followers
sure,
or not
yeah.
because of the conversion rate as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for you, Louis, because you're streaming all the time. So streaming is raw, live, and unfiltered. And that's you, right? It's unfiltered. So why do you think audiences trust streamers more today than overly polished content creators?
I mean, it depends. Like, if we're talking about the technology side, obviously AI is a big thing at the minute. Authenticity with AI seems to be a thing. So I find that if people can actually connect with a physical person, that's when the respect comes in and the actual influence comes. Because you can't fabricate it with the AI. People can tell, like they know. Well, they're catching on to it a bit more now. But influence is coming down to numbers, and I don't really like that because, like you say, if the conversion's not there, the numbers are lies, right? So it really pays in streaming now to be as respectful, as authentic, as true to who you are. And if people connect with that, they will. You'll build an audience off that. You'll connect with these people and they'll stick with you. But again, the AI thing, it's a little bit skeptical. I don't know. You know, could that even replace streamers? I don't think it could. I genuinely don't. I mean, you could train it as well as you want, but it's never going to be as authentic as a human being behind the camera. And I think that's something that needs to be looked into and just focused on a little bit over the next coming years.
You cannot fake emotions, and you know, humans can definitely give that emotions unfiltered, and that's what people like. They don't like overly perfect things, right? So I'm curious on the MENA region, of course, because your audiences are global, right? But at the end of the day, you still have those niche audiences. And what I want to ask is, how do you think the creator economy here, if you were to stream more in this region, what's the difference between the US or Europe or where you're streaming at when it comes to trust culture and community expectations and the audience and how they react to you?
I feel like I have a lot of insights on the MENA region, specifically being here. It's a very tough market. A lot of, let's say, the people living here come from different nationalities and different mindsets. Some people find things acceptable, some others might not. And you gotta have that balance and a nice sweet point where you're acceptable to everyone. Again, comes with authenticity, and the more you think about it, it's about your values, because I really always endorse people who go with their values. There's a lot of brands that came up to me and they're like, we'll pay you a huge amount of certain money to do this and this and that. And usually I would just be like, nah, I'm not interested. Because if you're trying to tell me how I build my values and how I portray myself, that's kind of wrong, because that means I don't have anything base, any strong base to stand on. I know what I want, I know what my values are, and I build my content around it. I've never taken scripts from brands. And by the way, some brands might be stubborn in the beginning. They might fight you back and tell you, no, we want this, we want this. But I'm more likely to say no than convince them that I can do better. And almost 100% of the time, every time I convince them that let me do it, I prove to you. And if I do something wrong, take your money. I don't want it. They end up being so happy that they come and work with me twice, 3 times, and many mothers more. Because they see the value. They see that, okay, this guy didn't just blindly listen to us. He changed what our mindset is. He did something better. He made us learn on how to get into this industry. And that really worked well for me, for the brand, and for the audience as well. So yeah, I think MENA is just a little tough to crack, but just stick to your values, always be there, and be honest. Always have honesty with yourself.
It always comes back to the authenticity. You know, you've created this audience, you care for these people. You know, you care that what you're putting in front of them is correct.
Yeah, and how about you, Louis? Maybe you want to expand more on the MENA region because you're more...
Well, obviously, I'm predominantly English speaking, so all my language is global. So when it comes to the MENA region, I don't know if I can narrow it down like that or whether they were going to be interested in it, but it's something that I can work on over the next year or two with the influence. Obviously, meeting Bibi as well is someone who's very large in the region and knows his stuff. So as a streamer, I'm like, all right, Bibi, let's have a chat. What can I get? What can I learn about MENA, or how can I get into it better, bouncing off each other?
And I think once you crack the code here in this region, you're good to go. So, and how about you, Wasim?
Yeah, the question is, you're talking about the community, like what's the difference between, yeah, exactly. For him, he have an English community. For us, it's more like, for him, it's more like Asia, MENA, you know, Middle East. For me, more like North Africa. So we're covering almost all over the world together. So before, yeah, it was really they had different mentalities, like between audiences, and I think now, because for example, even MENA audiences, they are watching like American streamers, they are watching European streamers, they are watching. So there is, I think now, 2026, there is no more differences between the people of MENA or Europe or USA, or they're all the same in the end. Yeah.
And I think this is Dubai or UAE in general is where you meet your collaborations, like you guys, right? And this is more on the B2B level, I think. And then you you branch out to where you're really strong at, your community's at, right? And probably on the personal branding side of each, right? When you started, of course, you want to choose the right niche that you have. How did you go about doing this, Bibi?
So not just B2B, B2C as well. Personal branding is very important, and again goes to what I just said: values, mindset, and the way you build things. I've met these lovely guys just 2 days ago, but I've learned so much from them. I got to know who they are, what they do, and how they do things. It's very important to be yourself again, and I keep emphasizing on this because so many people would start, searching you up, and they'll talk to you just like as if you're just another influencer, just another person doing their thing. But what really sticks to them is the way you portray yourself, and really knowing this, understanding how the market works, because I've been told so many times no from a lot of brands when I was younger before they got to actually know who I am. And then I end up working with someone else. They see what I did, the work I did with another company, and they immediately start spamming me. Guys want to work with you, BB want to work with you. And it just shows that that really makes the change. It's the real action that you do. It's the word of mouth that really pulls through. I'm sure right now a lot of people are thinking in their head, okay, this guy's talking, let me Google him, let me do this thing. But it doesn't matter what you say, it's what you see. So if you Google me, you'll see nothing, just pictures and whatever. But when you actually go into the content, you see these things, and that really changes you. I almost knew about these guys when I saw them in pictures. But once I got to know them, I got so much further information about them that I feel like I bonded with them. And that's what Hadzi said earlier. It's not just with the audience. Like when you're talking to your audience, you build a bond. It's not just like, okay, you're my audience, you're my fan. No, there's really a bond. Like, I know who you are. You're talking to me daily. You're a chatter. You're a regular. I know who you are, what kind of things you do. And yeah, it just builds more and more personal relationship between you, the brands, and again, the audience.
How about you, Wasim? Maybe you want to add more on that, or Louis?
What do you actually add to that? He's literally nailed it.
He said everything.
That's a Miss Universe answer. So what platform do you usually, what's your favorite? Because like for me, I like LinkedIn. Because that's where you find if they're legit,
Yeah.
if, like these people are, the real connections that they have that they're talking about are real. I love LinkedIn. For you guys, what's the platform that you really enjoy most?
For me, YouTube. YouTube is the best platform because people sometimes now, like when they say like I want to start streaming or something, they go to other platforms and but that's the base. That's where you get your real fans from. For me, like I see it like this. Yeah.
And money too. I know.
Yeah.
And how about you, Louis?
I'm going to have to go rogue with Facebook. I mean, I started on Facebook years ago, and it always worked for me. And everyone was like, Facebook, you should be on Twitch, you should be Kick, this, that, and I'm like, no. I'm happy here. I'm building this audience on a niche platform. Even though it was the biggest platform, it was still niche for streaming. Facebook gaming only came in, 6 years ago or 5 years ago. And then, unfortunately, not around anymore. But streaming's still there on Facebook. There's so much audience to tap into. It's ridiculous. And that's why I think, for me, the birth of me, basically. But
is it still, Facebook is still, you're still streaming on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and Facebook also has a lot of money. So it's like YouTube. And how about you, Wasim? Bibi, sorry.
I'm just going to say, I think it's important to be on all platforms and adapt to all platforms. So what you post on TikTok shouldn't be what you post on YouTube, etc., etc.
Yeah, you need to be out there just so they can also find you wherever platform you're in, right? Probably because we have 5 minutes, for the next generation, right? Of course, I know you've been in the industry for I don't know how many years already, but you already know what's happening in the industry. Do you think that this is a controversial take on this, because I personally choose my speakers, my influencers, the celebrities that I put in my conferences, and sometimes it's about the community. Do you think that someone like me or someone who owns a conference like this listens to the community more, or to their resume more than the community, what the community tells them? For example, the community doesn't like them, or they have bad things to say about them, or is it more on the resume that they do have? So for you, what do you have to think about that, to say about that?
That's actually the goal. So we've seen brands in the UAE where they listen to the community and they listen to their audience and ended up doing so well. So we've had a lot of pop culture events. They listen to the audience. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and they go and work on it. Sometimes they succeed in 1, 2, 3, didn't do 4 so well, but they keep improving. So that's a successful brand, and that's how you all need to aspire to. Brands who don't listen, on the other hand, really don't do well. You end up getting bad rep. Yes, people hear about you, but do you really want people to hear bad stuff about you? And they don't do well. They end up not doing best in the long run. So yeah, always listen to the community. Think of it this way. We as creators, I think we'll all agree as well. The audience are the ones paying you your money. If they're not happy, you're pretty much gonna fail. It's that simple. So to the people who pay you money, do everything you can to make them happy. And that's it.
And without a community, you've got nothing.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the review. Like when you go to a restaurant, you will find the review, or something. But our review is the community. So you need to ask the community about the streamer or the content creator. What do you think about this guy, this guy, this guy? Because nowadays you can't hide nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. And for the next generation, like of influencers, probably your son, your daughter in the future, would you advise them to become one? I mean, like, be out there and, or be private
Right.
and just
Let
do
you
your thing.
guys answer this one first.
I mean, it's tough. I mean, now, like, let's say you wanted to break into streaming right now. It is so saturated. It is so hard to from nothing. Like, if you don't know anyone or you don't have, like, a friend doing it or someone to guide you, it's really difficult from scratch. Like, you've got to have a niche, and that niche has to be something outrageous for you to even make it. Like, I Show Speed, for example. It came out of nowhere, literally out of nowhere, off the back of something that happened on Fortnite, and now is a global superstar, probably the biggest influencer on the planet. And it's just mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing. So would I would, because I've done it, and I've enjoyed it. And if it was my child, yeah, for sure. But I think you've got to be careful. And do you want to sacrifice privacy and other things like that? Because there comes risk with that. There's times where I've been targeted in places where, even traveling, where people have known and followed my social media and tried to harm me or take something off me. So that bit I don't like, but then it doesn't happen all the time. There's a lot of good and a little bit of bad. So.
And I think it's not for everyone too. It's not for everyone, but at the same time, it really depends on what you like to do like how long would you be in this industry? Like, that's actually my next question. How long do you think would you be still staying in this industry?
For me, for example, like every time I add like 3 years, I'm saying in 30 I will quit streaming. Now maybe I'm saying 35, then maybe it will be 40. Then you cannot. There's something like sometimes I'm feeling tired from streaming and everything. When I don't for 2-3 days, then I feel something is missing. Yesterday I was streaming till 5 a.m. Yeah. So and your question is a good question really. Like, do you advise like maybe one day your daughter or son or something to be a streamer? And as he said, is so much saturated. Like before, it was so much easier, like to be a streamer or to get like a YouTube channel with views, like boom, like directly. You do something new, and then people will watch it. Now nothing is new. Like everything is there already. You feel like everything is there. Like you want to open a restaurant like next to all the kind of restaurants. Like you need to bring something new to the market. Yeah, so it's not gonna be easy. So easier like you go and do something else or be a doctor or something like better than being a sim, because yeah, it's not easy at all. Yeah, and if you will not succeed, then what you will do, Yeah.
Okay, so last question for the three of you. One piece of advice for creators who wants to grow, monetize, and stay authentic in this industry. So,
Be authentic. Don't focus on the numbers. Don't focus on the money. Focus on your audience. Everything else follows along. That simple.
Yeah. Be yourself. Like don't try to be like someone else. Like you watching a streamer or something, you wanna act like him, talk like him, do things like him. No, be yourself. Be authentic. Be real. Be honest with your audience, and everything will come by itself. Yeah, and like never lose hope. Like he said earlier, like for example, I've been texting or emailing brands when I was like a small. Now they are coming back to you, like you feel like you did something good, you know? Like never lose hope. Yeah.
Again, I agree with the boys. You have to be yourself. But I also think on the flip side, don't be scared to take some ideas from people. You know, don't be scared to talk to them and reach out to them, like, you know, like we have done, like in the conference. Take things from people, you know, in a polite way, but also remember, be yourself, be authentic. If you've got a niche, use your niche and take it as far as you can. And then don't stop. If it's a hobby, keep it as a hobby. If the money starts to come in, all right, maybe look at building it into a business, you know? And just enjoy it, man. Like, just enjoy it.
Exactly. Just enjoy it, and then everything will just come to you and make a real impact because, you know, being authentic is your currency. That's it.
And
basically.
if you enjoy it, your viewers will probably enjoy it as well.
Exactly. Exactly.
Did you guys enjoy it?
I hope so.
Thank you so much for this amazing panel. I learned a lot. I hope you did too, and I hope you enjoyed. Probably take a picture in the middle or what?
Of course, yes.
Okay,
Brilliant.
perfect. Thank you.
Like to step forward. Thank you to Chezka and the guys on stage. Give me a round of applause!